We could see some big changes to the rotation when the Knicks take on the Pistons this weekend in the first round of the playoffs. We're going to be seeing the postseason debut of the double big lineup with Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson. However, a player that we've seen consistently part of the rotation could be removed entirely. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. Tom Thibodeau is making a shocking change to the rotation. Anyone who thinks that the Knicks are going to just walk in against the Pistons and sweep them, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that is not going to happen. This series is going to be extremely competitive, extremely physical, and the Knicks are going to have to be locked in and focused if they're going to want to beat the Pistons. Now, don't get me wrong. I have faith in New York beating the Pistons in 6 games. However, in order for them to do that, they're going to have to use the roster in the right way. And according to reports, Tom Thibodeau is looking to do exactly that because he just revealed that he's likely going to be debuting in the postseason the double big lineup. Shout out to Knicks videos on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, it's a small sample size, but we've had some good minutes with them. That's what Tom Thibodeau is talking about when speaking about the pairing of Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson. He then answered the following question: will the Knicks use this duo in the postseason? And here was his response: a lot of that depends on who they have on the floor, but I like it a lot. Then he said the following on their star, Cade Cunningham. Thibs on Cade. When you have a great player like that, you can't give him a steady diet of the same things. What he means is you have to change things up. You have to shake it up for him. You cannot make things easy for a star like him. And let's face it, Detroit with Cade Cunningham against the Knicks during the regular season, Cade has cooked New York. His averages against the Knicks are godlike. They're insane. We do not want him to average that come the postseason. We're going to have to limit that. Tom Thibodeau has a plan, and that plan is the double big lineup. That's at least part of it, and that's because of Cade. It is absolutely to help the Knicks inside as well, too. Help them defensively, help them on the boards, but more importantly, and I'm hoping for this as well, too, help them play more physical. Now, I'm not saying that this lineup is going to start. Absolutely not saying that at all. However, if New York gets desperate enough and they feel like this lineup is what they need to beat the Pistons, they might find a way to start it. And if they start Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart is going to the bench. Of that much, I am certain. But just because that might happen doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. Even though they want to utilize the double big lineup, it doesn't mean that that lineup has to start. They can just use that lineup in the second quarter or in the fourth quarter whenever they need that lineup to be on the floor together. And if they use them right, they are lethal together. Because get this, defensively inside, you have Mitchell Robinson. Maybe outside, you have Karl-Anthony Towns chasing around the shooters or chasing around other penetrators. But you know what? Once they get inside, they have to face the blockness monster in Mitchell Robinson. They have to look at the demon OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges and his defense as well too. Josh Hart, he's no slouch. He can also defend as well. And if he's coming off the bench, Josh Hart is always going to give you that same type of energy. You're never going to lose that with Hart. That's why I can see Tom Thibodeau going with this lineup. But as he said, it's going to be in a reaction to who's on the floor with Detroit. And that, for me, is music to my ears. Because what have I been saying since the playoffs basically started? Since we knew we were going to take on Detroit? Play the matchups. And if you play the matchups, good things will happen. If Detroit has some size out there, then play the matchups. Put Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson out there together. Detroit did beat us during the regular season. Did we have this duo when they were beating us? Were they active? Were they both available? Because if I'm remembering correctly, they weren't. We still have chemistry to build with these two. These two still have to get better. They haven't even hit their peak yet. Can you imagine that? They have a ways to go before they reach their ceiling. That means they can get better. Tom Thibodeau may have not confirmed it. He didn't really say it out loud, but I think we all can read between the lines. When Detroit takes on the Knicks, they will be seeing that double big lineup. And I can't wait to see how Tom Thibodeau puts it out there and how he implements that change. But that is not the only change we could be seeing. Another change could be coming. And this change may not be positive. In my opinion, it's not positive. Tom Thibodeau could be removing a player from the rotation. And the player he could be removing, Landry Shamet. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us this following information. According to him, Tom Thibodeau was asked about how much Landry Shamet's strong shooting at the end of the season factors into his playoff role. Thibodeau isn't going to tip his hand. However, he said the following about Shamet, his play as of late, and potentially his role in the postseason. According to Thibs, everything matters, and he's playing really well. But that's all he had to say about Shamet's role. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't make anything of this. I wouldn't think anything about this comment. But then I remember it's Tom Thibodeau making this comment. And in the postseason, he doesn't expand that rotation. He shrinks it. And right now, I believe we're playing about 9 to 10 players. Not really consistently, but that's the rotation we've been seeing. In the postseason, if he reins that into 8, then off the bench, you're going to see Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, and likely Campaign. That's your 8. And after all the hot shooting that we've seen from Landry Shamet to close out the season, in my opinion, this would be a huge mistake. We need that shooting off the bench. We need more players on the floor that can stretch the floor, that allows penetrators to dance inside. And if they get caught with 1 or 2 players, they can pass it to an open corner, and maybe that open corner has Landry Shamet in it. And oftentimes, at least over the course of the last few games we've been seeing, Shamet in the corner has been open, and he has been money. He has been knocking down nearly all of his three-point shots. If he's open, he's near automatic. If he has somebody on him, he will dribble, fake you out, and then take the shot anyways. He is that skilled. It may have taken him a long time to get here, but now he is finally here. He is probably one of the most playoff-ready players we have on the bench right now. Why would we potentially remove him from the rotation? Now, I know Tom Thibodeau didn't openly say that. All he said was, everything matters and he's playing really well. But that really isn't a commitment to Shamet playing in the postseason. Now, maybe he's holding his cards to his chest and he doesn't want to reveal everything he's going to do in the postseason. But honestly, this response, it scares me a little bit. But I think we have to prepare for the fact that Tom Thibodeau might not only limit the rotation, but we might need to prepare ourselves on the possibility that Shamet might not be part of the rotation anymore. If Tom Thibodeau does go to 8 players, who's going to be that 8th player? Campaign? Landry Shamet? Is it going to switch? Could it be Achua? Could it be based off of matchups? This is what we really don't know. And this is what Tom Thibodeau is going to have to let everybody know this weekend. But in my opinion, I do not agree with this at all. If you do not utilize Landry Shamet after everything we've seen him do over the course of these last couple of games, the hot shooting he's been on, what he's been doing for the Knicks off the bench, he plays pretty good defense on nights as well, too. He stays in front of his man. He takes charges. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he has chemistry with that bench unit. You need to utilize the players you have in the postseason. If that means expanding your rotation to 9 players or 10 players, if that means when you do that, it'll give you the best chance to win, then you do that. If limiting the rotation is going to hurt you, and newsflash, if you limit the rotation to 7 or 8 players and you do not utilize Landry Shamet, that is going to hurt us in the postseason, and we cannot have that happen. While I am very happy to see that the debut of the double big lineup in Towns and Mitchell Robinson is happening this weekend, I am not too happy to hear about the fact that Landry Shamet may not be included in the rotation any longer, that he could potentially be situational. This could be a severe problem for New York come the postseason. Our bench play is already limited. If we remove a player from the rotation, it gets worse. But what about you guys? What do you think about Tom Thibodeau saying he likes the double big lineup of Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns? And potentially, depending on what the Pistons do, we could see them debut this weekend. And what about his comments regarding Landry Shamet? Again, he was very non-committal about Shamet and his role for the Knicks in the postseason. Do you think Shamet should play in the postseason? And if Tom Thibodeau does limit the rotation to 8 players, what player would you remove and replace Shamet with? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.